Okay. All right. Let me just get situated right now. Hey, Shalom. Yabashim Yashabraka Thumb. Yahweh Shema Allah Thumb Bashim Yashai. Priest and Officer Kuraya Allah. And from the ISUPK. Started out in 1 West 125th Street since 1969 under Commanding General Yohana. And today we basically going to talk about coming out of separating from our oppressor, because clearly our people still have a thing with staying connected with them. And as a result, as long as they keep abusing us and taking advantage of us and beating us down, and we're coming back and not doing nothing, not taking a stance as far as dealing with them, then they're gonna keep doing what they're doing. Now, I saw earlier today, I was reading this article. I saw this story. I guess it's all over social media now. But it was this brother that got shot in his back. Hold on, I'm pulling the article up now. I'm gonna read a little bit into that and then go into some scriptures, because it seems like every day is getting worse. You know, our brothers, our sisters getting choked out, getting killed, getting abused by our oppressors, and it's the same end result. But what a lot of our people fail to do is come back to the Most High, because at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to get us out of this is coming back to the Most High, following these laws, statutes, and commandments that's set forth for us to deal with. Excuse me, let me put my glasses on. Yeah. Now, as long as we stay following the ways of this society, the ways of this world, we're always going to be in a position like what happened to the young brother that got killed in front of his kids, I believe out in Wisconsin, and so forth. Understand that the time, as you can see now, is getting worse, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to be more killing, it's going to be more shooting, it's going to be more blatant disrespect to our people, because they really don't give a damn about us. And this has been going on for time. This is not something that just happened a year or two ago. This has been an ongoing thing for years. Now I'm going to go into the story that I basically read earlier. Okay, it says the title is Wisconsin police shoot a black man as his children watch from a vehicle, attorney said. Okay, it says 2 Wisconsin police officers was on leave Monday as state authorities investigate why a black man was shot multiple times in the back as he entered the driver's side of the door on an SUV, official says. The man's 3 children, ranged age from 3, 5, and 8, were in the car, a family attorney said. Identified by the governor as Jacob Blake, the man is in stable condition in an intensive care unit, according to attorney Ben Crump, who represents Blake's family. Crump posted a video of the Sunday evening shooting in Kenosha. The footage spread across social media, sparking protests and leading county officials to institute a curfew that remained in place until Monday morning. Another will be instituted from 8 p.m. Monday until 7 a.m. Tuesday morning, according to the Kenosha County Sheriff's Department. Hold up. Mayor Antaramian confirmed the National Guard has been called to the city. Kenosha police have asked the Wisconsin Division of Criminal Investigation, part of the state's Department of Justice, to take over the investigation into the shooting. The findings will go to District Attorney Michael D. Gravely. His office will determine whether to bring in any charges against the officers. Gravely said the investigation is in its earliest stages. It says the shooting came as demonstrators continued to decry police violence in American cities, including the encounters that killed George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. The night before Blake's shooting, protesters erupted in Lafayette, Louisiana, after police killed a black man, Trayford Pellerin, 31, outside a convenience store. In Kenosha, a city of 100,000, located on the Lake Michigan coastline between Chicago and Milwaukee, protesters overnight broke windows and sprayed graffiti at the Kenosha County Administrative Building, According to CNN affiliate in Wisconsin, vehicles at a nearby auto dealership were torched. A fire was started at a county courthouse, and the officers in tactical gear formed a line to protect a public safety building, the station reported. Before the sun rose Monday, numerous dumps of garbage trucks remained smoldering on the streets after being set ablaze. The courthouse and administrative building were closed Monday, and all court hearings for the day are postponed, the county said on Facebook. We believe in justice, and therefore justice means for everyone. We will not hold the police and the public accountable, Antaramian said during a press conference Monday. What occurred last night in the city of Kenosha is unacceptable. Rioting and looting is something that is not acceptable acceptable to the community. It says 911 call reported domestic disturbance. How it started. They're going into how it started. Kenosha officers were called to a domestic incident about 5:11 p.m. Sunday, police said. The shooting unfolded on a residential street packed with apartment buildings, a block from City Golf Course. The Lake Michigan shoreline lies about a mile east. In the video clip, an African-American man walks around the front of a gray SUV with two officers, a step or two behind him, one with his weapon trained on the man's back, and as the black man enters the drive side door of his car. The nearest officer grabs the tail of his tank top and 7 shots are heard. The man entering the car appears to go limp. A sustained car horn blares. A woman nearby jumps up and down, apparently in anguish. Kenosha police are not equipped with body cams at this time. Mayor Antaramian said they are budgeted for purchase in 2022. He said police cars are equipped with dash cameras, but Antaramian was not sure whether one recorded the shooting. Rayshawn White, who filmed the video clip that drew more than 2.4 million views from Trump's Twitter feed alone, was across the street when he heard the women arguing. When he heard women arguing, he said he saw Blake arrive and ordered one of his sons into a vehicle. The boy, excuse me, the boy happily obliged, and Blake walked into a home behind the woman, he said. White stepped away, and when he returned, he said police were wrestling with Blake. White doesn't know what started the argument. He said he began filming what he called the middle and the end of the altercation, he said, explaining he was angry and traumatized by what he saw and couldn't sleep Sunday night. Understand that what went on, that brother that filmed it, he was traumatized. And this is what this society and this government don't understand with blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. We see killings every day. Every day in our neighborhood where we rest our heads, somebody's getting a wig pushed back in the hood. Whether it's black on black crime or whether our oppressor is waging war against us, meaning the police department or somebody of another nationality waging war on our people. We go through post-traumatic PTSD, right? Every day. But then when you look at the news, because you know the white man's the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of, you go through the news and you see every time they're trying to figure out why black people or Hispanic or Native Indians do what we do. Understand that what we got to live with and see every day, and that's seen on the news, the little bit that's put on the news, is traumatizing for kids, for grown men, grown women, young men, young women, and younger children to see somebody getting killed in front of you, whether it's a family member, a loved one, a neighbor, or anybody that look like you getting slaughtered in these streets. So understand that it has a psychological effect on a lot of our people. So understand that, you know, mental health, it runs rapid. Now, just a sidebar for a second. Mental health is definitely an issue within our community that we definitely have to address, because it's a lot of stuff that goes on that it gets brushed aside when it pertains to black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. But I'm going to get back on track with this article right here. But I brought that up because to say that brother was traumatized, the brother that filmed it. He was traumatized to see another brother get slaughtered, shot 7 times in the back. He wasn't fighting the police, he wasn't doing nothing, but he got killed. They shot that brother in the back 7 times in front of 3 of his kids. Now, them kids growing up seeing that they father got slaughtered in front of them by the hands of a white man. Understand the psychological effect that's going to have on them kids. But then when something happened to little Tommy from out in the suburbs, a little white devil dog out in the suburbs, they're like, oh my God, he's so traumatized. They're so sympathetic to white children, to Asian children, to African children, and so forth. When it comes to the Negro, the black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, they don't give a damn about it. because it's in their blood to not give a damn about us and to care about themselves and any other nationality other than the Lord's chosen, the Lord's people. Okay. Now, I'm going to get back to the topic. I don't want to drift too far off. Okay. It says, the police wants everybody to know they're out here to protect, to protect and serve, but you guys are constantly giving us black people in particular reasons not to let you guys protect and serve. White told CNN, "We don't want you guys around because we are scared for our lives. You come to an incident to disarm an argument, and this black man gets shot. It wasn't supposed to go down like that." And that's true, because, and this is why you can't play with the system. A lot of women, it's sad, because a lot of our women have a habit, and men, I'm not going to put it all on the women, because some men do that too, which that's questionable. That's a questionable behavior for a male to do that. But calling the cops like it's a game to scare the other person, whether you with them or not, because you got kids with them and you got to do the transaction of dropping them off or picking them up. For some reason, women get a kick out of calling the cops to try to flex authority, to try to scare the man. That's something that we as a people, our women, we got to do better. Our women got to do better. In the wake of what's going on now, the last person you want to call playing around with is the police. Because the first thing they're going to say is, "Oh, well, we didn't call you, you called us." Now, when they come, what they've been doing is killing at will. Oh, something domestic. Oh, well, a little resistance, they trigger happy. And that's what happened with this brother right here. Let me finish read the rest. The police union representing the officers urged the public to withhold judgment until the state Justice Department completes its investigation. It's pretty much not, from the video that I saw, it's really nothing much to really explain. It's self-explanatory. They got to whatever altercation. He went there. It was a domestic disagreement, from what it was said, but from what was being said. So I guess the brother, from what I saw in the video, the brother walked off. I guess the police was like, "Come in." He walked off. He was getting in his car. He had his kids in the car. And then they turned around and opened fire. 7 shots. Not one, but 7 shots. They wouldn't even use that many shots on a wild pit bull. The man didn't show no resistance, and they shot him 7 times in his back. And you gonna tell me that the police care? They're here to serve and protect? Who was they serving? And who was they protecting when the man was walking away? Let me finish read this. As always, the video currently circulating does not capture all the intricacies of a highly dynamic incident. We ask that you withhold from passing judgment until all the facts are known and released, said Pete Dietz, president of the Kenosha Professional Police Association. Gravely, the local district attorney said his office is tasked with making 2 determinations. 1, did any officer in the case commit any crimes? And 2, are there any crimes we believe were committed that we can prove beyond a reasonable doubt? If those 2 things are concluded as a yes, then criminal charges will be brought at the end of that process, Gravely said. Understand that, okay, regardless, let's take it off the police for a minute. If this man's baby mother, boyfriend walked behind him and did the same thing the cops did, if he's trying to talk to him and call him over there and he just got mad and shot him 7 times in the back, that man be locked up. It wouldn't even be no question. But because it's police officers, they get that leeway. Understand that right is right and wrong is wrong. Now, given he might have walked off because he didn't want to deal with the BS, he probably didn't. This is just my assumption from the little bit of the video I saw. The police more likely probably told him to come here. He was like, look, I'm not dealing with this. You deal with that, and walked off. They probably was screaming. So now, to show that they had authority, he wasn't having it. They got mad because he was walking off. They pulled on his shirt when he was getting in the car, and then emptied 7 shots in the man's back. What more do you need to see? But this is what happens every day when the police kills one of our people. This is what goes on every day. Let me finish read this. State Attorney General Josh Cole said his office, we unwaveringly pursue justice in this case. In a tweet, Crump, who represents Floyd's family, says the man was leaving the scene after breaking up a fight between 2 women. Officers were called to respond to a domestic disturbance, police said, but it is unclear who called 911 or what happened before the video recording begins. In a police call, a dispatcher says Blake isn't supposed to be there, and that he took the complainant's key and refused to leave. The dispatcher later explains she doesn't have more details because the caller was uncooperative. Hold on. Understand that like I said, we as a people we're not supposed to be playing around with the police at all. They are not playing with us. Understand that there's a target on every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian's back. You know? There is a target on our back. And we have to understand that we have to start displaying and show more compassion. I don't care if you're at odds, baby fathers, baby mothers. We got to really start looking at the fact that when you call the police, it's a strong possibility that you will be taking the other parent away from that child. Your child will never see their father or their mother again. Because understand that there's no guarantee that you not being in this truth will make it out of a situation that involves the police. But the good news is, if you're black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, and you come into this truth wholeheartedly, the Most High put that protection around you from these evil bastards, from our oppressors. Understand that when you come into this truth, ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, you are protected by the Most High, by the Lord. Now I'm going to a few scriptures. Hold on. Because understand that we're the Lord's chosen people. We are the ones that the Most High chose to be His people. Why our oppressors don't like us? is for that reason. Because we're the Lord's chosen. Now, a lot of people may say, well, if we the Lord's chosen, why are we in the conditions that we in today? Understand that, like any parent, when your kid gets out of line, eventually you give them enough rope to hang themselves, but then it's going to get a time where you're going to have to display some discipline to them in order to get them back right. So understand that why we in the condition we in today is because of our foreparents disobeying our Lord, disobeying the Father, the Most High. So as a result of that, the Most High, He put us in this state. He allowed the people that we once ruled to be over us as a form of punishment. So why we in the condition we in now is a form of punishment. Now I'm gonna go into Romans 9 and 13. You know, because understand that we're from the seed of Jacob. You know, and the so-called white man is from Esau. So understand, in Romans 9:13 it says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved. Now this is the Most High saying this. But Esau have I hated. So understand that the 12 tribes, the black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, is under the lineage of Jacob, right? And Esau is the so-called white man, is that red dog, is that red and wasted away piece of filth that's ruling over us. It said, the Most High said, but Esau have I hated. And understand that for all those Christians out there, I'm going to sidebar for a second. All those Christians out there that believe, oh, God is all love and God, you know, there's no hate in the Bible. That's one of the scriptures right there. The Most High telling you that He hates Esau. Why? Because look what He's doing today. He's killing our people. You know, He allowed Esau to rule over us. But Esau, which is the so-called white man, which is the red dog that a lot of our people is dying to be up under and be accepted by. Understand that Esau, the so-called white man, like all the other nations, was over us and had us as slaves too, but they dealt with us. They ain't deal with us the way Esau's dealing with it. The Esau's taking it to another level. And understand that this white man also thinks he's God, which is another. It's going to be a great wrath. The Most High said, "Vengeance is His." He's going to come down on this kingdom, and as you can see, it's coming down real soon. That's why if you black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you need to get in these classes and start getting right. You know. Come back to the Most High, follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and start building the communities and the families back. Okay, I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna go into Genesis 27 and 41. Hold on, because hold on. Yeah, Genesis 27 to 41. And it says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him. Now, understand that... okay, I'm going to read that again. Genesis 27 and 41. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him, And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Understand that this was back then with Jacob and Esau, many, many thousands of years ago, right? And it's going on today. It's in Esau's spirit to kill us. Why? Because of the blessings that was given to us. The covenant was given to us. And as a result of that, Esau has that perpetual hatred towards us. Understand that he didn't just wake up and say, you know what, I just hate blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. It didn't just happen 3 years ago. This has been for thousands and thousands of years. That hatred towards Jacob is still going on now. And that's the spirit that's in every white, red devil dog out there. That hatred towards us is unimaginable, you know? See, the thing with our people, a lot of our people, we're forgiven. It's in our spirit to forgive. It's in our spirit to embrace. But with Esau, he has so much hatred towards Jacob, and it's embedded in him. Now, a lot of us have took on that spirit because of the cards that was dealt towards us. But understand that when you come back to the Most High and you come back wholeheartedly, that spirit of hatred, that demon that's on you, that negative spirit that's on you, when you come back and you stay prayed up, I don't even know why I said that. It sounded like a Christian Slovakia. When you sit there and you pray, and you get into these, you start shedding yourself of this world, you're gonna see that big burden lifted off of you. Because when you of this society, of this world, you're gonna take on their ways, their spirit, everything. And this is why we have to separate from our oppressor, from this goddamn white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Let me go into Psalms, what's that, 55 and 19. Okay. You know what, Salaki, let me get Genesis 25 and 27, and then I'm going to go into Psalms. Okay, now this is just a description of how our oppressor is, and we all pretty much, if just looking from the outside looking in, his characteristics, this, it says verse 27, it says okay, let me just go up a little. I'm gonna go to 25. Okay, let me go to 23. I'll start at 23, and then I'll go down. It says, and the Most High said unto her, the two nations are in thy womb. The two manner of people shall be separate from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, Behold, there were twins in her womb. Now, understand, this was Rebecca. This was Isaac's wife that was giving birth to the two nations. Now, verse 25, which the two nations is Esau and Jacob. Verse 25, it says, and the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took to hold to Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bared them. And the boys grew. This is verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. Esau, when you see them now, so-called white man, they're always hunting. They got to kill. They're bloodthirsty. They have to either stab something, shoot something, cut something up, because that's in their blood. It's like vampires to them. They got to see bloodshed, and that's their character. They cunning hunters. They know how to set traps and trick all the game that they trying to get, the animals, and it takes a certain skill to do that, and to be cunning, to be deceitful. That's the so-called white man today. He's very cunning and deceitful. He'll turn around and act like they're your friend and be like, oh, everything's good, but in their mind, they're calculating how they're going to screw you over. That's why you got to separate. Don't even intermingle with them. You know, you get a lot of our people that be like, oh, well, I got white friends. They real cool, and, oh, I'm good with them, and, nah, they wouldn't do that. Yes, they will. They damn sure will. Because at the end of the day, a white person dying, they that much cool, and they that much of your friends. Let them leave. Let them pass. Or if they get an inheritance from their family, let them share some of that wealth with you. See how friendly they are. They ain't that cool. You know, they worse off than you dealing with you know, they worse off than dealing with another black man, Hispanic, or Native Indian man that to sit there and come to your house and rob you. They worse than that. Because they will kill you. You end up in an icebox somewhere in their basement, or buried or spread out somewhere. Because they're cunning hunters. Now I'm going to finish the scripture. It says, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. That's a characteristic of a lot of our people. A lot of brothers, black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. We homebodies. We work, we come home, we chill. Deal with our families. We go. We like to relax. We like to chill. We like to eat, drink. You know? We're home dwellers. Esau like to be out in that field, hunting, killing. You know? And when you see them cops that's on the force killing our people, that's because it's in them. They're looking to see who they're going to prey on. And this is where we need to wake up. We need to separate ourselves from them, because it's serious. Okay, let me drop that scripture. Now I'm going to go into Psalms 55, and let me see, that's 19. Hold on. Okay. Psalms 55 and 19. It says, the powers shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old, Selah, because they have no changes, therefore they fear not the powers. He put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant. This is Esau he talking about. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were where they drawn swords. Understand that, like I said, the white man's a goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. Understand that when we say that, it's not because of the complexion. It's because it's the content of character. Devil means deceiver. And understand that Esau, our oppressors, the white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, will stop at nothing to get what they want. When they talk about gangsters and, thugs and savages, for them to turn those terminologies on a nation of people, the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, to say that we are those things, when in actuality that's them. That's how this country was built, off of them being savages, thugs, gangsters. That's them. And for them to flip that on a nation of people that is not desired, like in Zephaniah 2:1, we are a nation that is hated by all other nations. And this is why we have to separate ourselves from our oppressors. Because if we don't, it's gonna be a hell of a lot more of this going on. Understand that. Let me go into Lamentations 4:18, because understand that this is an ongoing thing. They are always going to kill our people, and understand that our people, the only remedy is to come back to the Lord, so the Most High can protect us. Understand that the Most High have mercy on who He have mercy on, but one of the sure ways of being protected is coming back into this truth. One of the sure things is following these laws, statutes, and commandments, and understanding that if we don't do that, it's a strong possibility of, when you have an encounter with them, that the Lord would allow them to slay you. Now, I'm going to Lamentations 4:18. It says, they hunt our steps every day. That brother that just got killed, Blake, shot, slaughtered in front of his kids. They hunted his steps, and they hunt our steps. They hunt George Floyd's steps. They hunt Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland. They, Mike Brown. Philando Castile. The list goes on. Eric Gardner. Kyle Gurley, so forth. They hunt our steps every day. And every day is something new. If it's not one of our people getting slaughtered, it's getting slaughtered in front of family members. It's the same thing that was happening back in the slavery times when we was in chains. Our oppressor don't give a damn about our men, our women, and our children. They don't give a damn about us. But we have to give a damn about ourselves. But in order to get this protection, we got to come back to the Lord. We have to come back to the Most High and do and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because if not, incidences like this is going to happen. Understand that. I'm going to read 18 again. It says, they hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Understand that they're putting police in our neighborhoods, our communities, that are not familiar with our neighborhoods and our communities. Understand that a lot of the police that come into, especially from the suburbs, from old little Silvertown, Tinseltown, wherever the hell they come from, they're coming into our areas. So when they sitting there and they're killing somebody that might be mentally ill, that the whole neighborhood might know, but because they're not from around there and they just see somebody just bugging out and wilding out, they're going to kill them. If they see somebody arguing or talking loud, they're going to assume somebody arguing and fighting, and they're going to try and kill them. Because they don't understand us. This is why we have to separate. You can't intermingle because they don't understand you. And every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian knows enough about the goddamn so-called white man. This goddamn red bastard that kills us, that slaughters us, that have no respect for us. Why? Because you have to think about it. Other nations is looking at us. And I'm going to sidebar for a second. Other nations is looking at us because here we are given the covenant that the Most High is giving us. The kingdom's at hand. You know, we are the Lord's chosen. And the fact that other nations is getting it and we're not getting it, they're looking at us like, how stupid can we be? They're looking at us like, damn, these people don't even realize that they're the Lord's chosen. See, this is in their mind thinking that. This is how they're looking at us. But what they fail to realize is the Most High put a veil over your eyes if you're that stubborn and hard-headed. If you're that evil. The Most High, He allows you to hear. Like, it's up to you. You know, when you come into this world, you know right from wrong. It's up to you to do the right thing, you know? Yet it's up to you to turn around and say, you know what? I'm going to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to be a brother. I'm going to be a sister. You know, I'm going to sit there. I'm going to follow. First of all, I'm going to fear the Most High. You know? I'm going to be brotherly and sisterly to one another, to my people. You know? You got to understand that other nationalities, other nations know who we are. And this is why when you see us teaching, it's to wake our people up. It's because our people are the ones that are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Why? Because our oppressor is working triple overtime to keep us dumbed down and blinded and distracted from coming back to the Lord. This is why we need to wake up when we see incidences like this, like the brother Blake getting killed in front of his kids because of a domestic situation. You know, I'm gonna read 18 again. Then move on. It says, they hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled. For our end is come. Understand that they know that their time is limited. So they're going to do as much killing. They're going to do as much to us. Before the changing of authorities come into play. So they're going to try everything in their power to extinct us. So we'll be no more. But the Lord's not going to allow that though, because the Lord, he protects his saints. He protects his people. The Lord have mercy on who he wants to have mercy on. But understand, like I said, the Lord also tells you don't tempt them. So you don't want to sit there and gamble, play with your life. You know, the best safe bet is to come back to the Most High, getting this truth. Start following these laws, statutes, and commandments that was put out for us to abide by. You know? And understand that, you know, that the Most High, he has a judgment coming on for our oppressor. But understand that for our people, we need to turn around and come back to the Lord. Because if we don't, we're going to end up getting shot in the back 7 times, getting choked out on live TV in front of our families, getting shot, getting stabbed, getting ran over, getting mutilated, you name it. It's going to happen to us if we don't come back to the Lord. You know? Because the thing that really throws our people off, I'm gonna do another couple scriptures before I clip this. Hold on. I'm gonna go into Ecclesiastes 7:7, and this is the problem. This is a problem with a lot of our people, because that Stockholm syndrome is running rapid amongst our people, because a lot of our people are trying to fit in. They want to be accepted by their oppressors. And this is why that Stockholm syndrome, they call it the battered woman syndrome, is when a woman's being abused and she don't want to leave the abuser. That's the same psyche that our people are going through when we don't want to separate from our oppressor. We want to be neck and neck, side and side. We want what they want. Understand that this is their kingdom. They can have that. Now, I'm not saying we can't have nice things, can't have the house, the cars, all that. But understand that you got to put the Most High first, and all things is going to fall into play. I'm paraphrasing, but you have to put the Most High first, because all those things that you want that Most High, he may give it to you, but you're not going to enjoy it, or he may not give it to you until you come back to him. But either way, you have to come to the Most High. You have to come back to the Most High first, you know? You can't sit there and think that, oh, because I got this, I got a little job, or I got a little car, a little house or something, that you've made it. You ain't make it. Nobody, no black, Hispanic, or Native Indian should feel comfortable if they the only ones that's living good and the rest of their people is suffering and going through it. Nope. If you black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you shouldn't even feel good about that. You know? You shouldn't feel good about that. When you look outside and you're looking at another black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man or woman out there eating out of a garbage can, or with their kids, and you sitting there looking at, living good and everything. That shouldn't sit right with you. But the sad thing is, with a lot of our people won't care, because I'm gonna go into the scripture, Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says, surely, excuse me. It says, surely, oppression maketh a wise man mad. Now, when you see us out there blazing on the streets, teaching in these classes, you see the videos with any priest and prophet, you know, the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. When you see us out there and we sitting here blazing, understand that we mad as hell. When we seeing our women and our kids being molested, raped, our women on stripper poles, our brothers killing one another, selling drugs to one another, murdering aimlessly one another, committing crimes against each other, being a homosexual, trying to change the sex, stealing from one another, not caring about one another. Yes, it makes us mad as hell. It makes us mad as hell because of the lack of compassion towards one another. And the reason for that is because of our oppressor. Our oppressor gives a few of our people some money, a couple more of our people some money, millions, then you got a couple dollars, then you go down, and then the rest of the people are broke. Excuse me. So now it's a dog-eat-dog. It's crabs in a barrel. So the psyche of that is survival of the fittest. So all the brotherhood and sisterhood and stuff goes out the window because I got to do what I got to do for my family. Now it builds up selfishness. And this is why we need to separate ourselves from this goddamn bastard, the goddamn white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Salaki. There's so many things I want to say about this damn oppressor of ours, but you know, at the same time, I'm gonna keep it professional. But understand that if we want results, we have to separate. If you want things to be the same, then when that time comes, when our king comes, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, which y'all know is Christ, when he cracks the sky with them 200 million angels and coming down on the face of this earth to judge, understand that you just got to pray that the Lord have mercy on you. Understand that. So, the moral of the story of today's lesson: separate from our oppressor. That's my time, Israel. I'm Priest and Officer Karaya out of ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. ISUPK Connecticut. You know, subscribe to the YouTube channels, Facebook, and so forth, Twitter. That's my time. Also, before I leave, I just want to say rise again to the brother Makatazar, who's a strong brother. Understand that you ain't here with the Akims. You know? That's my time. Shalom.